Hello everybody, welcome back to Immerse. Today we have our last video for now with water. So you guys are gonna see this video feels a little different than the others because the other videos were focusing on daily life skills for our children. This one is more like allowing them to have a sensorial experience with a science concept. So that's what is going to be a little different about. This activity that we have today is called Float and Sink, or Float or Sink. And we can start doing this activity with our children around 3.5 years old. And the goal for this activity is to learn the concept of float and sink, and I'm gonna show you for older children some other little activities that you can connect with for other areas. So I have my materials right here. I'm gonna show them to you as I take them out. So I have my protector or placemat. I have this container that has some objects that float and sink. So I suggest to begin you to have 3 or 4 of each category. So I'm gonna show them to you. So I have a dry leaf from my backyard, a cork, a sponge, I have a screw, a spoon, and a cap from a bottle. Something that happened to me when I was collecting these materials, and that may happen to you, is even as an adult and even as doing this activity so many times, I was like, does this one float or sink? That's gonna happen to you. Like, that's fine. You just try that when you that with your children. You know, you may say like, oh, what do you think? And even sometimes what you think is wrong, but that's part of the fun. We are gonna have 2 containers here that we're gonna use, and a large bucket or container. It is ideal if it's clear like this. I use just an empty container from my dishwasher pods, so just use whatever you have in your house. One more thing that you guys are gonna need to have available for your child is a pitcher that they can use to put some water in here. If I have it already with water, it would be very heavy for the child to transport. Many times they just accidentally drop this tray because there are a lot of items. So if you add a bunch of water, then that could be a little of a disaster. So as you may see, this bucket is gonna need quite a lot of water. If you have a pitcher that is larger but that is light, that would be a good pitcher to have available. We are talking about children 3.5 and up, so they may be able to handle this size. So if it's not too heavy, it's an okay size. If you don't have something that large that is light, then just use a smaller one. It's okay if your child needs to do several trips to the sink. This is not about how fast he or she can do it, so that is not a problem. So I'm gonna put some water in here. So with the magic of editing, this is actually my 3rd pitcher of water. And that is fine, and it's really a good exercise to, when you are showing your child, just keep going with him or her and like kind of have an idea of how far you want to go, and don't just say, okay, this is too much, I'm just gonna grab the bucket and go fill it up and bring it back. No, just do it as he or she needs to do it. Take the trips, it's cool. So you are gonna have a conversation with your child, and you're gonna see for your children, even there are gonna be some of these words that maybe your child doesn't know. So it is a good opportunity to introduce vocabulary of items that he or she doesn't know and doesn't know what they're for. And after you have talked about the cork, then you think, okay, what do you think? Is this gonna float or this is gonna sink? What do you think? Okay, I think that is gonna float. So yeah, that floats. And then you let your child know, okay, we're gonna put the things that float in here and the ones that sink in here. So this one floats. That's gonna go in here. So what do you think about this one? So you do all the exercise. One that surprised me recently, giving this activity, oh, I'm sorry, this one sinks, so I'm gonna put it in here. Thank you to my director there. Something that surprised me recently, I was showing this activity to a child, and I said, okay, what do you think? I think this one floats. And we said, oh yes, that one floats. And then the sponge started absorbing the water and it sank. So it's really funny because this one is floating. So you are gonna have those moments when even when you have done an item before, if it's a different kind of sponge, it's gonna sink. And this one floated. So in this case, this one floats, so it goes in here. And you repeat the same process with all of them, and then you just, when you are done, you kind of talk to your child about, okay, which ones floated, which one sank, and then you put everything back and you let your child know it is your turn. Now, it is not a need to go and empty all this water when it is his or her turn. In this case, it is okay to say, it is your turn and I'm gonna leave this water. When you are done, I'm gonna show you how to empty this one, how to clean up. So don't feel that you have to start over on this specific case. Now let's think of, you can switch these items like every week or so, like add a new ones and switch, so you keep it interesting. And with older children, you can even have something simple like this table or sheet that has sink and float, and you can have even kind of a daily set of items. And then your child, who is already writing, around 5 years old child, then he does his or her experiment and then writes down the ones, and he or she can keep doing that for many days. So as you see, it's a science experiment. Your child is gonna learn the science, the concept of float and sink, but he or she's gonna also connect it with language in the younger ones, the verbal part of acquiring new language, and the older ones even to get to practice the writing. So this is our activity for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me any comments if you have any comments or questions, check my site, immersemontessori.com. Subscribe to my channel. We are going to be having some more videos coming. And if you haven't checked the previous water videos, please go back. Those are really good ones and some good skills for younger children. See you later. Bye.